Imagine this, a brand spending years perfecting a groundbreaking new product, pouring millions into R&D, but then a competitor swoops in, does it better and ends up dominating the market. How does this happen? In business, being first isn't always an advantage. Sometimes it's those who come next who thrive, turning what's called into second mover advantage into a winning strategy. Let's deep dive into why sometimes following can be smarter than leading, and how companies like Facebook, Amazon, Apple have used this approach to make billions. We have all heard about the first mover advantage, the idea that brings first gives a brand an edge, whether by capturing the market early or building recognition. But for every pioneering brand that succeeded, there are a long list of failed or struggled to hold into their lead. And in their wake, second movers emerged and not only survived but sometimes even thrived. In this video, we will explore how second movers leverage what they learned from the first movers, challenges, and improve on their models and end up ruling the market. First things first, what exactly is second mover advantage? It's the concept that companies who have came after the market pioneers can learn from their successes and failures, minimizing risks and create a superior offerings with a better chance of long-term success. By observing, analyzing, second movers avoid the expensive pitfalls of trial and error that can deliver products with enhanced features and sometimes even better benefit with lower R&D costs. Being second allows a company to refine, optimize, and outmaneuver. Here are some examples of second mover advantage in action. Facebook versus MySpace. Let's start with Facebook. MySpace was first popular social network, and by 2006, it was the biggest social media platform worldwide, you know that. But Facebook took a different approach. While MySpace tried to appeal to everyone right from the start, Facebook became exclusively for college students, creating a controlled community that felt exclusive. Over the time, Facebook smartly analyzed all this, observed MySpace cluttered design, lack of personalization, and correcting these issues in their platform. Eventually, Facebook surpassed MySpace, refined to its advertising model, becoming the dominant social media platform globally. So, the key takeaway. Sometimes second movers get to see what's working, what's not, before fully entering into market. So, the second example, Apple iPod versus MP3 players. When Apple launched the iPod in 2001, MP3 players has already been around for few years, but they were clinky, confusing, and had poor battery life. Apple studied these devices and used to keen sense for design and user experience to build the iPod, which was simpler, sleeker, and backed with revolutionary iTunes ecosystem. With this tagline, 1000 songs in your pocket, Apple didn't invest in MP3 players, they perfected them. So the takeaway from this? A second mover can succeed by improving user experience and ecosystem integration. And here's the another example, Amazon versus online bookstores. Do you know Amazon wasn't the first online bookstore? Companies like Bookstacks Unlimited were already operating online, but Amazon took it to the next level. Jeff Bezos looked at existing models, realizing their limitations, and created an infrastructure capable of expanding beyond books into other product categories like electronics, clothing, etc. Amazon advantages lay in streamlining delivery and building its own fulfillment centers to lower the cost and speed up the service. So, the takeaway. Second movers can scale by focusing on logistics, operational efficiency that were missing in the first. So now that we have seen several successful examples of second mover advantage, let's talk about how this works in practice. Studies have shown that while 47% of first movers capture the market share in a new industries, only 11% remain the market leaders. Why? Because pioneering companies often face high costs, unknown risks, and evolving customer preferences, which create opportunities for the second mover to step in with a more polished approach. How you can utilize this second mover advantage? The refine framework. Now you have seen how companies like Facebook, Apple, Amazon mastered the second mover advantage. Let's break it down into a simple framework that you can apply in your work or business. I call it the refine framework. 6 steps to make it easy to leverage the strengths of second mover strategy. The refined framework. R stands for research competitors' strengths and weaknesses. Start by studying the first movers in your field, where they are succeeding, where they are failing, where they are falling short. This research helps you spot the gaps in the market and understand what works and how can you save time and resource. For example, Amazon analyzed early online bookstores and saw potential in a wide product category range and become more efficient in the delivery system. E for evaluate market demands and customer pain points. Instead of only focusing on the competitors, dive into what customers really want. What are their pain points? What existing products and services they are using. By centering your approach around the customer needs, you can enter the market with greater impact. For example, Google saw that users wanted a fast, relevant search engine instead of cluttered homepages, so it developed the ad-free, streamlined platform. So the F stands for focusing on differentiation and unique value proposition. It's not enough to replicate what's already there in the market. Ask yourself what unique value you bring onto the table. Define what sets you apart, whether it's a simple design, faster service, or better customer experience. Example, Apple didn't just launch another MP3 player, they have created the iPod, designed with simplicity, streamlining music library through iTunes. I. Improve and refine the product. Use the first mover's product as your baseline, then find areas for improvement. Are there any complaints you can address, features you can simplify? In many cases, a slightly better product can outshine the earlier ones. Example, Facebook focused on creating a clean, exclusive network for college students, avoiding MySpace mistakes of trying to appeal to everyone. And N stands for navigate around the pitfalls of first movers. First movers often make expensive mistakes that you can learn from. Identify the risks they encountered, whether in the design, customer service, or technology, and develop ways to avoid these traps. Example, Amazon bypassed many of these competitors' logistics issues by building its own fulfillment centers to streamline shipping and reduce costs. And E stands for execute efficiently and scale strategically. Finally, once you have got the refined offering, it's time to execute. Second movers benefit from taking a more calculated approach to scaling and avoiding first movers' hasty expressions and unnecessary overhead costs. Example, after perfecting its search engine, Google slowly expanded to ads, maps, and other services, scaling strategically rather than overextending early on. Using the refined framework as a second mover allows you to leverage early insights, save on R&D, and create a winning product or service that truly resonates with the customers. Remember, sometimes it's not about being the first in line, it's about refining improvement and doing it right. So, what's the key learning here? Being first doesn't guarantee success. In fact, it can expose companies to the harshest lessons that second movers can capitalize on. Timing, insights, and executions are often more important than simply being first. By learning from others' experiences, mistakes, second movers can lower their costs, improve their product quality, and target their market with more precision. To wrap it up, the second mover advantage isn't about just copying what others have done. It's about adopting, improving to meet the market needs more efficiently. Companies that succeed as second movers do so by refining, rethinking, and delivering a better product or service. In a world that's consistently changing, sometimes following allows you to lead in the way that's more sustainable. Did you like this explanation? If yes, don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more business dramas and marketing sagas. Until then.